What's up, y'all? So I have another chart video for y'all, chart breakdown video. This is Apple, and what I want to first point at is I have several levels drawn here: 227, 233, 235, 238. Right now, just looking at this, 233 was a extremely strong level on the weekly chart for Apple. One touch back here, two touch, three touch, four touch, a breakdown down here, and then it really cracks down. Then once it breaks above 233, it goes up to another resistance, right? So we know that this is a strong level. So what I would look at on this chart, right, is I want to talk about a good thing to look for when you're trying to get in calls, or what I was looking for when I was trying to get in calls on this play, right? So knowing that 233 was a great level, right? After this week, this is a strong momentum week, right? 230, 233 breaks, which is a previous strong resistance. That's good sign. 235 breaks, which was a resistance, but not as strong as 233. And then the next resistance, the highest resistance, is 237, right? 237.3. And it closes right here on Friday at 237.3. So if you want to jump the gun, you could have bought some calls that close here, maybe some 240 calls for the next week, right? Or something like that, which would have been a good play. But if you want to be safe and make sure that you just didn't get faked out and go to the downside, you wait for next week's open. So let's go to the day. You see it close right here on Friday, and then you see it open right here on the day at 237.19, which is a little bit lower than Friday's close, right? So you could have bought the open here, and then from 237, you could have rode it to 244 on Wednesday and had you a nice trade. Oh, sorry, this is into next week. Right here, yeah. Could have rode it 237 and 244 on Wednesday, which is a good trade, right? Like when you get a 6 point move like that, or a 8 point move on Apple around that area, like that's 6 to 8 point move on Apple is a great trade. Probably can get you anywhere from 80 to 100% depending on where you bought, right? So obviously you see this is the day on Monday that it went up, right? Now, let's say you're like, hey, where's my entry though? Because this just looks like movement for the whole day, so I don't really know where my entry is. Let me tell you. Go to this hourly chart and you see, okay, I personally like to tell my people that I teach, wait for hourly confirmation of the levels or the trend line close to, make sure that it's a good trade. So wait for the hourly close as confirmation. But sometimes the hourly close isn't the best entry for you. Because as you can see here, the hourly close closes at right at 243, 240.27, and then from here comes back down, and you get to the point to where it's like right at 239 or a little bit below 239, which on a dollar move on Apple, you're probably going to be down 25 to 30% on that. And not everyone's willing to just see their trade go down like that without getting a little uncomfortable and then panic selling. So, what I would have looked for personally on top of that is okay, yeah, let's look at the hourly close will be nice, but also, what's another thing we can look at? Let's look at the previous high that it hit on Friday, which was around 237.82, 237.80 around there. So if I'm looking for on Monday, okay, where's my entry? My personal entry would be, all right, as soon as it opens and it starts going up within the first hour, and we pass 237.80 around this area, I'd be looking to get in right here. And if you rode this 237.80 all the way to 244 up here, that's a decent trade. If you want to get even more granular with your entry, because you're like, hey, look, yeah, but I can still get faked out. Okay, you can use another criteria to confirm, right? Use a smaller time frame, which is the 15-minute. So it passes right here, right? This is that break that I was talking about on the hourly. If you didn't want to buy here and you want to wait a little bit for a time frame confirmation first, you could have bought this 15-minute candle right here. And honestly, this 15-minute candle would have been something good to go by because as you can see, this first 15 minutes on Monday, it goes up all the way to 240 right here, right? But then it comes back down and still closes above this previous high. So this would be a good buy confirmation as well. 238, and you could have rolled it to 244 up here, which would have been a great trade, like I said. So these are all things you need to pay attention to and lock into with your levels, your trends, and just making sure that you're buying on confirmation candle closes and not just assuming because that's how you get faked out.